That's basically my 10 flights of stairs a day. And then this trek with this beautiful view is your steps. 7 to 10,000 steps, depending on which turn you take. Doesn't take long, a couple times a week. Long walk if I'm not out and about exploring, walking with purpose for other reasons. Then I have this. Not bad. So I'm at the highest elevation around my place. So I got another bunch of flights of stairs in. This is a good trek. Very nice. You can see, well, behind me there's a forest. There's a place where the forest ranger can look for fires. And there's a cell tower up there, so you get the good broadband. I'm trying to get rid of my holiday bloat. It takes at least the month of January. I'm a big believer, fan of. I feel good when I practice time-restricted diet, so I don't eat from 6 until at least noon the next day, 1800 hours till noon the following day. And after that, I eat what I need to eat, and usually in the evenings, it's soup or salad, cabbage, vegetables, raw vegetables, whatever. And that's it, you know. Get my cups of water in and go to bed, read a book, fall asleep, get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. All tracked by my Garmin watch. Oh, I could cheat. But, yeah, so, and then, 4 weeks from now, I'll have gotten rid of my holiday bloat, my beautiful weeks of wine binging, and I'm also a fan of, you study, Orthodox Christian, Greek Orthodox or Eastern Orthodox Christian Church fasting habits or traditions. So they have all this stuff about when you eat fish and when you don't eat meat and when you drink wine and when you don't drink wine and when you have several days fasting or don't eat during the day, only at night. You think about it, it's probably just good preventative medicine. And back in the day, they didn't have all the fancy medicine we have now, so it probably was pretty good for you. Also, our diets and nutrition has changed radically over the millennia and the last decades and hundreds of years. People have no idea how few calories people ate 100 years ago, depending on where you are, if you're in China or Africa. And what were you eating? What grains were you eating? And what nutritional value do they have? And how often did you eat meat? And so on. We just take it all for granted. I call Domino's, and I order some big Cokes and some sides and a couple big pizzas, and I just eat it. Enjoy the game. And it's that easy, And we think we know everything. That we have to take all kinds of pills for our type 2 diabetes and our high blood pressure and our statins for our cholesterol. When Grandpappy didn't have all the food and he had to sleep at night because it was dark. We can have 24/7 daylight now. All the electricity we take for granted. So you can look into those traditions and you can say to yourself, all right, I'm not going to adhere to the Greek Orthodox Church because there isn't any around here and there's no community for it, and what's the point? I'm not that kind of guy. But you can look at your life and you can say, well, I'm going to abstain from alcohol Monday through Saturday. Saturday I'll drink. Doesn't mean you have to have 5 bottles of vodka. And you can do time restricted dieting. You can decide that, well, it's Lent, so some of the Catholics around here are fasting, so maybe I'll give up some stuff for a period of time. That seems convenient. You might want to do it before your birthday every year, maybe a 2-day fast or a 3-day fast where you have nothing but water. That's intermittent fasting, which means like a couple times a year you might do a longer fast. Some people like to take a day off a week from eating. It's all very doable. Hello, buddy. He's agitated, but that's his job. His job is to be agitated. He's kind of lost his voice there. So yeah, you maybe you don't adhere to a certain tradition because it's not your thing. But you can come up with a tradition for yourself and your family that may be healthy, and you can research how science-based this medicine this really is and say, okay, well, it sounds all right then. I'll probably try it and see if it works for me or not. You know, I just can't get into the dogmatic crowd and say I'm a paleo this or a vegan that. It doesn't work for me. It's a nice little pool. Ah, perfect size. You don't need a big, huge pool. The village headman. These houses are large. Muy largo. Grande. So, muito grande. So anyway, yeah, you can come up with a tradition for yourself. You can put it on the calendar. Your reminders or whatever if you're just starting out. And maybe it'll impact your cholesterol, your your lipid and sugar levels in your blood, and your whatever. And make you feel better, make you sleep better. These things are not that hard to do, but you know, I'm not preaching it because I'm not going to go on and tell people what to do as if I knew. And I'm not going to tell you to do your own research. I'm going to tell you to study the great research that experts in the field have done. And read around the whole subject so you have different points of view and triangulate down in on what you think might be something you can live with. You can live large with. You can live large, baby. So that's the idea. One of the plans for dealing with the holiday bloat. Buliam tea. Out. I just saw my neighbor, Manuel. The neighbors, they work so much land around here. I don't know if they own it or if they lease it or if they're just allowed to plant on it or if it's a cooperative. I'm still learning Portuguese, so it's hard to get the details. Yeah, a lot of people are relatives and stuff, but they work so much land, you know. It's not like it's just the land in your backyard or something. Once you get involved in the farming community here, there's just so much land, and you can grow anything on it, and they literally do. And so I'm riding my bike around or taking a walk. I run into them in different fields. I see their tractor, and they're up hoeing or working or planting or harvesting, and sometimes alone, sometimes with a few other people. And you know, it's just a very rich agricultural area, and it's nice, you know, tons of land. Neighbors come down, they go down the back and they work and they plant all kinds of things around the year. And now everybody is preparing the soil. I guess February, March they start planting different things. Well, all the winter vegetables are still in, and kale is growing here all the time. And all the citrus fruit is, the trees are just heavy with it. I don't think anybody even comes and picks the lemons and the limes and the oranges. It's crazy. And yeah, you can no problem get away with grabbing a couple oranges or lemons off of a tree in an unfenced field by the road. People don't seem to mind. People give you food here all the time anyway. If you say, I'm growing potatoes, they come along with a whole wheelbarrow full of them. Oh, you need potatoes, do you? So that's part of the charm of living here. I'm not a doomsday prepper or anything, but things could start to head south, and at least you'd have some spuds to feast on while you're fading away, waiting for your organ regeneration therapy or your pig heart transplant. I already got a new hip here, which worked out really great. Great facility, good people, good doctors, good nurses, good physiotherapy, and yeah, it wasn't that expensive, so not bad. Muitas laranjas. So many fruits. I like this configuration of growing stuff.